I wanted to work for Ferris primarily for two reasons. A, I had such a great experience as a student. When there was an opportunity to become a part of the permanent staff team and continue to do things I had been involved in Student Alumni Gold Club and helping out the alumni office while I stayed for my master's degree, I decided that that would be a great use of my time when I wasn't studying. And the other is that Ferris has been such a tremendous impact on our family. I'm a third generation Ferris grad, and I know for so many families that over the years Ferris had made an impact on where they decided to go with their lives, what they did, the success they had, and success for multiple generations, that I just thought I could take those experiences and understanding of what that meant to so many and become a voice to keep people engaged with what was happening at their alma mater. I had the opportunity first to work as the assistant director, helping to plan alumni functions and activities and working on services that would be of benefit for alums after they had graduated and they could stay in touch with the university. To become the director, basically it was an opportunity where the previous director had taken a new job and I got the chance to do it on an acting basis, and it was a combination, I think, of me doing a pretty good job of it as well as people thinking that I had a lot to offer. And so I had the opportunity to become the director in July of 2000. And I've been the director of the alumni relations aspect of my department since then. And in 2004, again with some people leaving the university, had the opportunity to also take over the annual giving and advancement operations functions, which includes all the solicitations that we ask for alumni for support, and then all the processing of the gifts for the universities, all the thank you notes that go out for it, and keeping track of all of those donations. Primarily responsible for 6 areas. First of all, alumni engagement and the Alumni Association, which are two sometimes coordinated but sometimes separate opportunities. Alumni relations in general are all the programs that we do to keep folks involved. These are opportunities sometimes on campus. People think of homecoming as the biggest one, but we have reunions and alumni who come back and speak on campus, all those types of activities that we have the chance to help out with. The Alumni Association, a lot of times this is opportunities where alums are in collaboration and in conversations with each other doing things. We have a board of directors that I serve and coordinate with to make sure that everything that we're offering for alums in terms of benefits for them for staying involved are up to date and up to speed. It also includes annual giving, which are direct mail or phone-a-thon or email types of solicitations to alums, asking them to support student scholarships, asking them to support a number of activities that are happening on campus, the athletic teams, all that kind of good stuff. It also includes all of the receiving of donations that come into the university and tracking those philanthropic dollars, where they go, making sure that the donors who are given are properly communicated with and taken care of. It includes keeping track of all of the alumni data. Once alums graduate, we receive from the registrar's office the information as to where their next address is going to be. We then begin staying in contact with them through a number of mailings and emailings, and making sure that as those records are updated, the university can take advantage of that information. Sometimes programs have to do program review, for example, and they would come to us and say, we need all of the alumni from these 10 years, and so we would help them with that data so they can communicate to those alums. So that's a pretty big amount of data. It's about 140,000 alumni records that we sort of keep track of. For me, it is a great deal of fun and inspiration. Sometimes it's fun because folks don't get the same frequency of interaction with the university I do. So when they get to come back for a tailgate in a game, or they get to come back for a reunion to celebrate a class year milestone, or sometimes they're coming here because they're coming to a commencement for a son or daughter, niece or nephew, grandson, granddaughter. To see sometimes the utter impression of wow, look how much the campus has changed, although this building is still here. And it was like that for me too. Or just to see what they think of of how different parts of the academics have sort of advanced. You know, perhaps their bachelor's degree is now a doctorate degree, and listening to the types of things that our students learn and our faculty teach now. That really, it strikes me as very neat, because I think of those things as just every day of what Ferris is, but people think about it as it pertains to their own personal life situation with Ferris. It's exciting. It's inspirational too, because I get to see so many Ferris alums go to all corners of the earth and do so well in their careers, taking on sometimes the path that they thought they would. And maybe they're going to be a pharmacist, maybe they're going to be a police officer, maybe they're going to work in business or marketing or engineering, technology fields of all sorts. Or sometimes we find those success stories where people take the marketable skills that were built into their degree and they apply it in some other passion that they found in life and have really carved out a niche for themselves. I think of those opportunities leading to success as, you know, really one of the great perks of my job. I get to hear those stories, think about, boy, how can we let other alums know, how can we let our students know that this level of success is out there, you know, for you when you graduate from Ferris. We do a number of social events. These are events associated with sometimes watching athletic teams, whether they're here on campus or in certain areas around the state. We have active alumni functions, usually in the Detroit area, Grand Rapids area, Lakeshore, going up north to Traverse City, Chicago, down in Florida, and sometimes Denver and Arizona. Those are primarily where the pockets of alumni are. They're also where we have great volunteers that help us put alumni activities together. We also do a number of functions for alums that would be more networking, career-oriented, perhaps them coming back with the opportunity to be a mentor or a speaker, that type of thing for campus students, or alums, you know, seeking to, you know, post opportunities for other grads to join in with them at their company, their business. So we try and make those services available. And then sometimes they're the smaller things in life. They're one particular alumni group, a reunion group, let's say, for a fraternity from a specific subset of years. And those really are folks just trying to stay connected with one another and to do it through Ferris. So those are all sorts of great opportunities that we pursue. Of course, we put on the big activities like homecoming. We help the Ferris Foundation with their big black tie event in Grand Rapids. Number of different types of golf outings and, you know, those types of activities that people find fun. And what we try and do is make sure that we capture what's happening with all the alums who are participating, let them know about what's going on with the university today, and make sure that their story or their effort to want to be more involved or be supportive financially is then, you know, transferred to the institution. The success of alums is certainly a reflection on the continued advancement in quality and opportunity at Ferris State University. B, as times have changed and paying for a degree at a university is something that's become much more of a challenge for each generation that continues to move through. We need to let alums know that their support more than ever is going to make an impact on the generations that are going to Ferris now and that are seeking to go to Ferris in the future years. I love everything about Ferris State University. If I had a top 10 list, it would start with commencement, believe it or not, and work all the way down to, you know, homecoming parades and get-togethers like that. What do I love about my position? I get the chance to be an ambassador for the university. I get the chance to be a conduit between the past/present. And that's how I think about alums. They have a past experience, but their activity engagement needs to be in the present with what's happening with students in the university today and the people who spend their lives teaching it. And I can't think of any greater role in terms of serving an institution that serves so many. We're working every day to try and make our alums understand how important their support is. Certainly our dream would be that so many more could find a way to reach out, mentor a student, help support a scholarship, help support other types of costs or activities to make sure that the academic and life experience that happens at Ferris State University for students is as rich and successful as it could be. And my dream is that you know, over the years that network will be so strong that Ferris will be the choice institution for so many reasons, and not just the academic programs, but all the success that can follow from it. I hope to be a point person for them whenever they have questions, whenever they have ideas. about what they can do, how they can be involved with Ferris State University. If they think of, geez, gosh, I have this idea about getting people from my class together, or gee whiz, there's this fantastic program that's happening at our community schools that I think could really be connected well with this program at Ferris State. And gosh, who could we contact? If they know who I am and know how to contact me, I think that that's really, I've done my job well. There is always a way to understand what's going on at Ferris State, to be involved with what's going on at Ferris State. I tell people it starts with something as little as when your Ferris magazine comes in the mail, picking it up, reading it, and just being up to speed as to the great news that's happening, the academic programs, the exciting life developments, career developments that are happening with their fellow alumni, and those special stories that we put in there that are features of both student and alumni success for our faculty. And then it moves on from there. Okay, what is it that you want to get out of Ferris State University today? There was a point in time where you wanted to get a college degree from Ferris State University. You've achieved that. Now, what do you want from Ferris State University? Because odds are what they would like to get from Ferris continuing throughout their life correlates with what we would like to see them be involved with. And so when we make those connections, that's when it really becomes a rich experience.